for
Oh,
something
wow.
I did, and I still don't know what I did. So I can't stand Facebook. Yes, I'm broadcasting. Anyway, so anyway, oh shoot, so Dune, freaking A. Okay, get it back here. Okay, so I mean, doing $178 million for globally is back to the old numbers, back to the
Right.
numbers they used to do back in the old days, and it's good to see that those numbers are starting to increase.
Mhm.
Because I didn't think Dune was all that great of a movie.
Right.
The original Dune, I didn't get it. The new Dune, was okay. This Dune, I'm sure, is okay. But I'm sure the people that like Dune are gonna love it. So
Right.
I might watch it. I'll probably wait till it hits HBO or something. But I'm not so excited about. Oh shoot! I keep closing that, and I didn't put it on. Didn't I didn't. Oh, I guess I did put it on. Okay, so anyway, they did really well with it, and it says here Dune Par is turbocharging the international box office. Sequel was generated 97 million from 71 overseas markets, bringing it to a global tally of 178 million. So that's pretty good. I hope that shows that the movie market's going to do good again,
Right.
because I hate to see the movie market doing horrible, because I used to go to the movies every weekend, but
Mhm.
even I'm not going to the movies every weekend anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, it is what it is. Um. Oh, okay. This is Sting's last match. There was a celebration, and I think this is the celebration after they went off the air. I think. Oh, nope. Okay, so Sting was. That's Lex Luger.
Oh, okay.
Now he's in a wheelchair now, and has been for at least what is this? At least 8 years.
Oh, wow.
He was at a fan fest, and he became paralyzed that night. And so whatever happened to him, it happened to him. It was sucky. But Stinger went out had a good match, and there you go. There's them in their prime. So it just Sting here is in the ring with Darby. That was a good match. Considering what it was, for what it was a good match.
Right.
Sting's not the Sting that we saw when he was younger. I mean, he's 63. He's not going to be that same guy.
Right.
But he did all right. He did okay. So I'm happy that he got through the match, and he's now officially retired. So there's a program from WCW where Hogan was taking on the Taskmaster and Arn Anderson, and Lex Luger and Sting took on Ric Flair and the Giant. So it was back when the WCW was ready to implode. But it was just kind of, I kind of always liked other promotions other than WWE, because
Right.
they aren't so cartoony. But once Hogan showed up, they became cartoony. There you go. There's an early Lex Luger and Sting.
Oh, wow.
So I was hoping that I would find that thing from the night, the end of the match. Wow, this is really good. This is Luger, Sting, and oh freaking A, what's his name? Magnum TA. Magnum TA, after they started to push him.
Mhm.
He had a gimmick like the Magnum
Mhm.
PA or whatever, the TV show, Magnum PI.
Okay.
That was his gimmick, and he had this really fancy car and stuff. He wrecked his car and ended up wrecking his body, and couldn't wrestle after that.
Wow.
And couldn't even barely walk. So Yeah, wrestling will do a number on you, even if you're not wrestling. So I was hoping I'd see that. I should have written that down. I should have written down that particular link where they showed him talking at the end of the match. It was an okay match, and it was nostalgia. I mean, it's because Sting is never going to be the Sting that I remember, but it happens with time. Willy Wonka experience villain. The Unknown gets his own horror movie. So, according to TMZ, Willy Wonka experience scary villain, The Unknown, gets its own horror movie. Now, I'm not really sure because I don't remember this villain, but supposedly there's a villain in this movie. I don't know. Maybe it's not in the movie though. Because I don't remember there being a villain in that movie.
I don't either.
Anyway, more fallout from the failed Willy Wonka experience. Only this time it's somewhat positive because they're going to make a movie. Oh, okay. So this must be a set for like a amusement park thing.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's got to be it then, because I didn't read the article. I thought it looked interesting, and I thought I'd find it on the way. But now that I thought about it, there is no villain in the movie. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's see what this is. It says only this time it says more fallout from the failed Willy Wonka experience. Only this time it's somewhat positive because they're going to make a movie out of this, or at least one character in one genre. As it turns out, the Scotland-based production company is planning to make a horror film in connection with the viral disaster. They're honing in on a memorial cameo in the whole thing that took the internet by storm, and of course we're referring to The Unknown. Per Bloody Disgusting, Caledonia Pictures has announced a project on the horizon that they're hoping to film and release this year. Yes, it's named after the Big Bad. The company says the film follows the renowned illustrator and his wife who are haunted by the tragic death of their son Charlie. Desperate to escape their grief, the couple leave the world behind for remote Scottish Highlands, which an unknown evil awaits them. Okay, let's see if this video is anything that we want to see. Oh, yep, okay.
Yes!
Yes, he should. Oh my God. What is that? It's The Unknown.
Yes!
Yes, he should. Oh my God. What is that? It's The Unknown.
So that is what they're making the movie on.
Okay.
That's really weird. Oh, here's the Unknown.
The TMZ app! Your source for the biggest celebrity and entertainment news in the palm of your hand.
All right,
Get 24/7 access to the exclusive news, pics, and video only TMZ can provide. Download the TMZ app today!
Okay.
Hello, it's Felicia, and this is my official unknown face reveal. So, ba 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 ba.
The Unknown is a woman.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Felicia. I'm 16, and I am the unknown. First of all, I am a ghetto. Sorry to disappoint. Second of all, this is actually my real hair. It is not a wig. Third of all, don't worry. I have proof that I am the unknown. Don't worry about that. Here's proof number 1, I suppose. This is me. That's some of the cast. Yeah, that's me. I still had my mask on at
I
that
got you. I understand. So I guess they're going to take this failed experience that they had and they're going to turn it into a movie. I don't know.
Okay.
Anything to make money, I guess. So, all right. Are you following professional wrestling at all right now?
Not
You
really.
might want to start
Okay.
The Rock is back.
I heard.
And it's interesting. So The Rock is coming out. Now, first off, he came out at the last pay-per-view. Was it
Mhm.
the last pay-per-view or the pay-per-view before? And now Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, which he could
Mhm.
ask any champion he wants for a title shot.
Mhm.
He decided he was going to ask Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
Well, not ask, demand a match with Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
The Rock came out, and he was going to ask for a match with Roman Reigns.
Mhm.
So they got into a little scuffle, and anyway, The Rock ended up hitting Cody
Oh.
and causing a little thing in between them. So
Right.
that was interesting. And so I was thinking, well, where are they going with this? The Rock is now, first off, we talked about, I think The Rock owns
Mhm.
a piece of WWE now.
Right.
This is real. This is
Yeah.
true. And was put on the board and
Okay.
got his name back. And he wasn't allowed to use The Rock because if he used The Rock, WWE would get
Right.
royalties. So part of the deal, the real deal, this is the real deal now, not the fake deal.
Mhm.
Part of the real deal to get him to come in was he had got his name back, and he actually got 25 trademarks that
Right.
that were registered.
I remember that.
Okay, so that part is real. And so anyway, so I thought there was going to be a match. I thought, okay, so what was the deal? Is he taking the match from him so that he can win the belt, or what is going on? between
Right.
that? So it turned out to be Friday's show really turned out to be interesting
Mhm.
because during the Roman Reigns section, he was doing his spiel about everything, and The Rock came out.
Mhm.
So I didn't know what kind of confrontation was going to happen, but The Rock came out and cut a promo about he is going to take Cody. Him and Reigns are going to take on Cody and Seth Rollins
Okay.
one day, the first day of WrestleMania. So
Okay.
that Saturday of WrestleMania. I thought, okay, well that now solidifies Rock as a heel.
Right.
And I wasn't so sure that what they were going to do, but then I thought, okay,
Mhm.
now I got it. And the situation is, if he beats The Rock, there will be no interference in
Mhm.
the next night. If he loses to The Rock, that means they can be out at ringside.
Right.
So that means a couple things. It means The Rock will probably win that Saturday so that everybody can be around ringside for Sunday. But anyway, at the end of the thing, when he was going to say, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?" He said,
Right.
"Do you smell?" And Roman stopped him from saying it,
Ooh.
and he said, "I need to know one thing from you, Rock.
Mhm.
Acknowledge me." That was the best thing I could have ever seen, because I was like, oh, okay, so this is a different direction. I didn't expect it to go that direction. And The Rock took it and looked him straight in the eyes and said, "It's all about family. I acknowledge you." I thought, oh,
Ooh.
didn't expect that.
Right.
Anyway, so we got a storyline, so it's going to be good.
Mhm.
I now want to go to see it because it looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Right.
So that's what made me interested, because now The Rock is full face heel,
Right.
and he'll never be a heel because people are going to like him regardless
Right.
of what he does. But I thought that was an interesting angle that they were going to do, and so I don't know how they're going to do this, but I think Cody's going to lose.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's going to lose the main event. I don't know if he's going to lose Sunday, but I think he's going to lose Saturday so that everybody can be around at
Right.
ringside. Now, that would mean that if he loses Sunday too, his story's over.
Right.
But he would have to. I think my guess is he's going to lose Saturday so everybody can be out at ringside.
Mhm.
And he's going to win Sunday. I don't know though. I don't know if they're going to take the belt off of Reigns, though. So it leads me to speculate a little bit.
Right.
Now-
That's.
Now I want to call my friend that works for WWE and get free tickets. 'Cause, I don't know if I can get tickets at this point, but I would like to go see it now. They got me
Right.
interested. So we'll see.
Where's it at?
Billy?
Oh.
Yeah, it's close enough that I really have no excuse not to go, except that I'm cheap. I don't want to pay $200 for tickets or whatever. But I see now they caught my interest. I didn't want to go.
Wait, what
before.
day is it?
Yeah, I didn't want to go, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay.
now you're doing all this. I want to go.
Yeah, they got my interest. I just can't imagine. But I gotta do some serious thinking about it. But anyway, that's that. That's that. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, that's the end of that stuff. Now we're on to more. I don't know if I want to talk about this. I think I'll just talk about this. Well, there's a story from a couple weeks ago that I was keeping.
Okay.
I've been fighting about whether or not I want to talk about it that much.
Okay.
Okay, on to the better stuff. All right. What time we got here? Okay, we got an hour. Okay. Well, actually, we got it whatever time we want to do.
Mhm.
And since things are working right now, that makes me happy. All right. New York City-bound flight turns back to Canada.
Okay.
Do you know why they turned back?
No.
It's a scary thing happened. And it's actually a couple times I've had weird things that they had to turn back because somebody tried to get out of the plane in mid-flight. That's not this case. There we go. It's because a fire erupts in the cockpit,
Oh,
and you could
jeez.
hear the pilot radioing for help. I'll tell you what, if that happens to me, I already don't like flying as it is.
Right.
And if that happened, I wouldn't be happy. I don't want to die in a plane. That would be horrible. So, now that's the, okay, now they told me why. Okay, cannot do it because the owner says, I'd like to know what it is. Oh, the background music? Really? Seriously? That is freaking public domain. I pay for this public domain music,
Mhm.
and they every once in a while get one that is supposed to be public domain, but I can't use it. It
Okay.
doesn't make it's not public domain if I can't use it. You
Wait,
know?
what they flat?
On the which video was it? I think it's the Ole Anderson one. They flagged it for copyright,
Oh, jeez.
and I was like, well, what do they copyright? Because I mean that shouldn't have been an issue. Anyway, all right. So anyway, it says an Endeavour Air flight declared emergency shortly after takeoff from Toronto after a windshield electrical heater began emitting sparks and a flame. Yeah, that would be enough to make me want to turn back too.
Mm-hmm.
And that would make me want to get a taxi to go wherever I'm going, or an Uber, because it's certainly a lot better than dying. Oh, boy. Just crazy. There's the, okay, I guess it did. Okay. Oh, this Trent Knoll guy,
Mm-hmm.
he's a guy I played with Christmas that you saw the video. He was a guitar player,
Oh, okay.
and he actually met Kiss, and he's in a Led Zeppelin tribute band,
Oh, nice.
and he's really good. But anyway, let's see here. Okay, so it says here a New York a New York City-bound flight was forced to turn around shortly after takeoff in Canada after a fire erupted in the cockpit. The incident happened aboard an Endeavour Air flight, regional jet shortly after takeoff from Toronto Pearson International Airport. During the climb out of Toronto, the pilot declared Mayday, reported an electrical fire in the cockpit, and requested an immediate return to the airport of departure. That almost happened to me when I did the last flight that I did from, where was I coming from? California.
Okay.
We flew. Yeah, I had to do one stop, so we took it to the first stop. We all got in our got there okay, and I was in Philadelphia. Was it Philadelphia? No, it was before. It was loading up in L.A. So we loaded up in L.A. and we're waiting to take off, and we were all asked to leave the flight.
Oh.
Because there was a smell of gasoline.
Oh, geez.
So they canceled that flight, and I'm sitting in L.A., and I'm thinking, well, okay, I got to get home. And they said, we have another flight. And so I looked at it, and the flight would have got there 5 minutes after my other flight leaves.
Oh, geez.
So I said, well, how are we going to fix this? Because they said, well, there'll be another flight to Harrisburg. And I said, okay, how long? 6 hours waiting.
Oh, geez.
I could have walked home from Philly in 6 hours.
Yeah, right.
So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I don't want to wait 6 hours. I'm
Right.
already tired. Because whenever I do these things, I get myself, I'm up like 24 hours. Whether I'm driving or flying, I don't sleep.
Right.
So I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do? So I sent a text to Christine asking if she could bring the car down. And I couldn't, I don't know if it went or not because the internet wasn't working right. So I had to, I typed it in. I said, can you meet me in Philadelphia?
Right.
That my flight's been canceled. And I didn't get a response because I had to get on the plane. And she's trying to send me, do you really need me? Are you sure you need me or whatever? And I couldn't get any of that because I'm on the plane. And they said, well, there's another flight. I said, well, that's not going to work for me because I'm 2 hours from there. And I said, do you have what other flights do you have? Can you get me on another flight to somewhere else? Hours instead of 6. I said, well, that's not better, is it? I said, can you give me money for a car rental? I want to go home. I don't want to sit around.
Right.
And so I lost that battle. I figured I had to fight it in Philadelphia. So when I got there, when my phone got back hooked up to the internet, it said, I'm here. I said, oh, thank you. And I made them give me $200.
Right.
Or $100 or whatever it was towards that. So it was just a pain in the butt, though. I never had an issue like that. But I only had, like I said, the flight would have been going like 5-10 minutes before I got there. That just doesn't work.
No.
And they don't have that many flights to Harrisburg, so I would have had to wait a long time if she hadn't come and got me. And then she came and got me, and I was all grumpy and stuff because I was very tired.
Right.
I was at the end of the...
At least she still decided to come when she didn't hear anything instead of...
Yes. That made me feel good because I wanted to be home so bad. And I got 2 hours of sleep then when I got home, and then I did the show. This time it's going to be like the same thing, except hopefully there won't be any issues getting home. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'd hate to have that Mayday call. I'm terrified of that. I've been lucky in the flights that I've had. That's the first one I actually had an issue
I've
getting
never
on.
flown in an airplane, but like something were to happen like that on the first call, nope, no thank you.
Yeah, that'll give you a negative attitude. All right. Next. What else we got here? Hold off on this because I want to save that for... I may have to come back to it, but okay. So I have... Well, let's see what else we got here. I know I don't have a lot of... Okay. I'll do the ones from this week, and then I'll go backwards. Because some of these can wait. Because some of these are old older, but they're cool enough that they can be saved.
Right.
So this guy in Arizona was serving 30 years for shooting people on the highway.
Oh, jeez.
He was on a post. He was on a hill
Mm-hmm.
and he was shooting people as they were going by. He was 16. He was in jail, and he was found dead in his cell. And to me,
I wonder why.
that's a great thing because my tax dollars are paying for him to be there. He should have been shot day one when they found him guilty, but that doesn't happen because we're such a good country. We believe in giving people chances to live, even though they don't deserve. I wouldn't leave you. I know. I am very lucky that I have someone like her
Mm-hmm.
that's got my back because that would have been horrible if I had gotten in there and I
Right.
was that tired and I had to figure out how I was going to get home. And she's a trooper. I'll tell you, I could not.
Yay for Christine.
I could not have asked for a better person. I don't even think I deserve someone like her. She's a great woman. Anyway, he's serving. He was serving 30 years for the highway shooting, and I forget how many people he killed, but he was only 16 when he did this.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, when you're 16, you get better sentences because
Right.
they take pity on you. But the people that died because of you wouldn't have pity on you. But anyway, they went to his cell, and he was dead there. That tells you.
Tells you a whole lot.
Yeah, he probably did something to somebody in there, or he may have killed himself. We don't know
Right.
how he died yet. We only know that he died. And personally, I don't care how he died. I'm glad he's dead
Right.
because people like him that don't have any regard for life don't deserve to be living. Anyway, it says here, Arizona man serving 30 years for shooting at motorists on the freeway in 2016. So he wasn't even in there that long. He was only in there, about 8 years. Has died in prison. James Walker, 44, was found dead in his prison cell at the Arizona State Police. Now, wait a minute. I guess he wasn't 16. Because if he's 44, 44 minus 8, so he was actually a little older than I thought he was.
Right, yeah.
James Walker was found dead in his prison cell at the Arizona State Prison Complex in Tucson. Walker was serving a sentence for aggravated assault, armed robbery, and drug violations. He got a good list of things there.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you should see his resume. And he parks cars well. Prison staff discovered Walker unresponsive in the housing unit on March 2nd, 2024. That's only a couple days ago.
Yeah, it is.
And conducted life-saving measures. Yeah, I hope that the life-saving measure was stuffing things down his throat so he couldn't breathe. Responding paramedics in consultation with medical staff pronounced Walker deceased. He was convicted of shooting at several vehicles on Route 87 in May 2016. No one was killed, but 2 people were injured and several vehicles were damaged. I thought he killed people. I guess he didn't. He just shot at the vehicles. Okay, so that's a little...
But he still could have killed somebody.
It's a little better than... Just a little better than...
Not much, though.
Yeah, not much. I would have still not given him any credit for anything. I mean, that's the idea of... At least if you're a good criminal, you
Right.
accomplish your goals.
Yeah.
He's a bad criminal, so he didn't accomplish his goals. Okay, the next one. This one, this one's disturbing a little bit. So I'm sorry that it's disturbing, but
Okay.
there's reasons I'm saying this. Spanish travel blogger was gang raped by 7 men in India. Now, India is a very dangerous place, and the reason I'm bringing this up is don't ever go to India because it's really, truly, honestly, the worst place in the world when it comes to women's rights and how they treat people. There's a rape every 15 minutes in India, and yeah, that's scary to me. I mean, if they didn't have good technical support, I wouldn't see anything good in India. But it just scares me for women, especially, how bad that
Right.
area is and how corrupt it is, because they just turn their head to it. They don't. It's
And that's
it's
not
like,
right.
and it, yeah, I mean, I read that and I was like, oh, I wouldn't go there as a guy because it scares me. 3 men appeared in court in India on Monday accused of gang raping a travel blogger on a round the world motorbike trip with her husband. Police are hunting four other suspects for the brutal assault on the couple, who are Spanish and were in eastern India in Jharkhand state Dumka district, where they attacked on Friday night. Fernanda, 28, and Vincent, 63. Wow, he has a 28-year-old. Wow.
Wow.
I see. Have 300,000 followers on their social media, where they have been documenting their global tour through 66 countries on a motorbike. See, I wouldn't do that on a motorbike. I mean, but I'm not really a rugged guy. I mean,
Right.
I would do that in a Mercedes. I would do that in a Tesla. I would not do that on a motorbike. I want to be covered when I go through, because
Right.
I'm not an elements guy. If it starts raining, nope, not for me. If it's any other weather other than sunshine, and even sunshine, depends how much sunshine. Anyway, it says here, the influencers posted a video explaining the horrific experience they had camped for the night and on their way to the border of Nepal. Something happened to us, and we would not wish on anyone. 7 men raped her and beaten her and robbed them. Although not many things, because of what they wanted was to rape her. And her face got beat up real bad. She got marks on her. But that's not what hurts me the most, she said. Thank God we're alive. They beat us. They put a knife to my neck, and they told me they were going to kill me. Fernanda was raped. 7 of them, 7 men, sons of bitches. I just, everything I've heard about India has been around that type of thing.
Right.
And I just don't understand it. It just shouldn't frustrate me because I'm a guy and it didn't happen to me or anyone I know, but I've read these stories over and over again. I would never, ever, ever, especially if I was a woman, go to India for anything.
Right.
Plus, that's where a lot of these scammers are too. I was actually, I don't know if you know about Kit Boga, but he was a hero of mine.
Okay.
He has a show on Twitch and actually on YouTube where he scams scammers. And I like to play with scammers.
Yes.
He really messes with them. He messes with them big time.
You have showed me that before.
Yeah, he's really. I watched him today for the first time in a long time, and I love to watch him. He just is so good at what he does. He has one of these. This is a box like he uses.
Okay.
And you can use it to. He uses one of these and something like this. And between the two things, he makes his voice like a female, an old woman, an old man, a younger woman, a younger man, a ditzy woman. Between them, because you can modify the settings on it.
Right.
I don't have them for that. I have them because they're musical things too.
Right.
But actually, this box here I'm going to use on the radio show. It's gonna allow us some freedoms that we don't have with this.
Okay.
So actually, this may fix our problem from today.
Oh.
Once I figure it out. So it'll be interesting. But anyway, I wouldn't go there. They couldn't pay me to go there.
Right.
And here's a story about, the Cybertruck just recently came out,
Yes.
and everybody's all excited about that.
Mhm.
Well, there's apparently an issue. They have stainless steel to make it.
Right.
So what does stainless steel mean? It doesn't rust.
Right.
Well, it does. It does rust.
Yeah.
If you use a cheap grade of stainless steel. Apparently people are getting problems, but this is not what this story is about. This story is about somebody who had problems with it. He says it's hard to gauge the speed. Do something, Elon. Now, first off, if you have any knowledge of Teslas at all, they're fast.
Mhm.
Even the slow ones are fast. Even the slower ones are faster than the fastest gas cars, some of them, most of them. And the person that had this issue couldn't control his car.
Right.
Now, he not only couldn't control his car, he ended up wrecking his car.
Oh, geez.
Now, when you're thinking of this is a $100,000 car or truck, I should say, and he couldn't control the truck. So let me show you where he'd wrecked it. It was, and I got to tell you, that's really, I think it makes him look bad.
Mhm.
But okay, so here's the car, the cyber
Oh.
wreck. Hopefully there's no ad. There is an ad. What was an
I'm
ad?
just the cleaning
Why
lady.
wouldn't there be that?
Because
She's
they wanted it to
clearly
be a
much
pain
more
in my
than
butt,
that.
and I don't want it to be. Okay, I'm trying to turn the volume off. Okay, come on. It's not going to let me. Oh, is that the trick now? We don't. Oh, wait, got it. Okay, that's almost off. That's good enough. Small enough that I don't expect it to be an issue. Okay, so hopefully, stop it. Why are you doing this to me? All right.
I'm never going to let
I
anything
looked
bad
like a
happen to
giant
you.
rat that was walking across the ground. The cleaning lady. Okay.
The Cleaning Lady season premiere tonight on Fox.
Okay. So they had this. I don't know. Oh, it's shutting itself off. What's going on? So there it is. He wrecked into the. That's got to be embarrassing. You have brakes for a reason.
Right.
I don't know if he was flying down the corner or whatever, but it takes a special. And that's in Beverly Hills, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
So I've been by that when I was out in Beverly Hills, and the guy he couldn't turn the corner. He was going too fast. And it's sad when you think that, it says here, remember Elon himself says that the Cybertruck is faster than a Porsche 911. The driver in the crash says he wasn't expecting so much acceleration. Well, apparently you're an idiot.
Yeah, really.
They should test people before they get their cars.
Really.
If you don't have an intelligence, you don't get the car. But the guys, I don't know how you would. I mean, now I will tell you that where that is, the road curves around a little bit. But if you're going that fast, you're going faster than posted
Right.
speeds. So you can't get Elon for your idiocracy.
Exactly.
But he messed his truck up, and he probably wants to get Elon to say something about it. But that's just funny.
But you have your own, all the cars come with, certain, how do I want to say it? I don't know.
Like cautions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that if the guy didn't have the intelligence, he shouldn't have the car.
Exactly.
You just if you should not have been going that fast, because that corner is pretty tight.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, and that's with any car. I mean, you shouldn't even have your driver's license if you're not.
I think they ought to charge him twice as much for the fine.
Right.
Because he's an idiot. Give him the idiot tax. So I don't know. What's this? This is a vehicle looks like it's that. What in the world is?
I have no idea.
Looks like it's cracked, but I can't imagine that it is.
Right.
It is, though. It's missing pieces.
Is it?
I think. I don't know. Let's see. It says celebs with cars.
Oh.
Let's take a look. Oh, okay. That's just. Yeah, I think that has to do with trees in the. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what it has to do with his accident. I guess it's a different thing. Lisa Rena, whatever that is. Oh, these are going to be Teslas, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I thought it was going to be crashed Teslas or something. All right, next. All right. What we got here? You know who John Benet Ramsey is?
I think so.
The little girl that got killed at a very young age?
Yeah.
Okay. John Benet Ramsey's suspected killer is spotted for the first time since being released from prison. Now, they never really proved, as far as I'm concerned, who did the killing.
Right.
Because the father was his suspect, and the mother was a suspect, the uncle was a suspect. Everybody was a suspect. Even you were a suspect.
Oh.
We all were.
Guess I didn't know.
Yeah, well, they weren't going to tell you until they were sure. But anyway, one person did actually go to jail, and apparently is out already.
Okay.
She would have been about 25 or 30 by now.
Okay.
You may not have known that because you're quite young yourself. But the situation was this kid was really, really young. I don't remember the age, 5 maybe. And she was killed. And nobody knew who killed her. And there was years they were blaming the father, and he almost went to jail for it.
Wow.
And they ended up pinning it on this guy who is out already. John Benet Ramsey's suspected killer, Gary Oliva, appeared in a bad mood when he was photographed for the first time since being released from prison. He was previously behind bars for child pornography charges. Oh, so he may not have been, he's a suspect. So he got in trouble for child pornography. 1 month after his prison release, Olivia, 60, was spotted outside a halfway house he's currently living in Denver, Colorado on February 28th. According to the photos first published by the U.S. Sun, he seemingly attempted to conceal his identity by wearing an all-black outfit, which included a hood that he pulled over his head. Olivia was seen scowling as he took in the surroundings. Now, I'll tell you, if he didn't do it, that would kind of suck. But
Right.
It doesn't suck that he got in trouble for the child pornography, because there's no reason to have child pornography.
Right.
There's just no reason. So Olivia was released from prison on January 31st after he served 8 years of his 10-year sentence for child pornography. He previously confessed to killing John Benet when she was just 6 years old by accident, according to letters obtained by the Daily Mail. He's never been charged with the crime. John Benet was reported missing December 26, 1996. How old would you have been?
1996?
Yeah. That would have been 30. Well, Ken and I have been friends for, so that would have been, that's just under 30 years. So,
I think, hold on.
well, I mean, that would have been 28 years. Right? Okay.
I think.
John Benet was reported missing December 26, 1996, when her parents, Patsy and John, woke up to find a ransom note demanding...
7.
What's that?
I would have been 7.
You would have been 7. Okay. Demanding $118,000 for their daughter's safe return. Patsy, who died in 2006 following her battle with ovarian cancer, immediately called the police, and JonBenét's dead body was found in the home's basement that same day. See, that part there, they never really had an answer about it.
Right.
And so we don't really know what happened to her.
Right.
Why would you find the body in the house and a ransom note? There was a lot of things that didn't equal, didn't make sense.
And like Christine said, the fact I remember was the footprints in the snow.
Yeah, because it was wintertime too. Yeah, it says while Olivia had a suspected killer in the case, he seemingly confirmed he was guilty when he sent a letter to the high school classmate Michael Vale admitting his involvement. However, he insisted he didn't intend to kill JonBenét. I never loved anyone like I did JonBenét, and yet I let her slip, and her head bashed in half, and I watched her die. It was an accident, he wrote in the letter. Believe me, she was not like the other kids. I don't know what that means exactly. Olivia went on to claim that JonBenét. Now, isn't this weird that JonBenét was the girl's name?
Right.
A guy's name, JonBenét, and this guy's name is Olivia. His last name is Olivia, but still, Olivia went on to complain that JonBenét completely charged him and removed all evil from him, or changed him and removed all evil from him in another letter. Just one look at her beautiful face, her glowing, beautiful skin, her divine, godly God body. I realized I was wrong to kill other kids. Yet, by accident, she died, and it was my fault. Despite Olivia allegedly admitting to killing JonBenét, there's been several other suspects in the case. Many people have speculated that Patsy killed her own daughter after losing her temper, while it's been rumored that she wrote a fake ransom note in an attempt to cover up the murder. Well, why would you admit to something you didn't do?
Yeah, really.
However, both Patsy and John, 80, were formally exonerated in 2008, and forensic investigators determined that blood sample found on JonBenét's underwear didn't belong to either of the parents. While it's nearly 3 decades since JonBenét was killed, an insider told In Touch that John is hopeful that his daughter's murderer will be found. He believes that the new breakthroughs in technology, the case should be solved, and I don't know, I think it's sad. I mean, that kid didn't even get to live.
Yeah, really.
He was just a young kid, and it was just horrible that even had to be, an issue. Such a shame. I don't know. I'll never understand.
It's sad when any young kid dies, no matter what it is.
And yet, we don't have a clue who did it.
Right.
And the one guy that admitted to doing it, we don't believe him. So, it's kind of weird, but we're never going to really know. Not like somebody on their deathbed's going to say, I did it.
Oh, yeah, totally. I did it, but I'm dying.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter.
I just wanted to say before I died, I did it. All right. Then, this is weird. I will never, ever understand guys. Even though I am one, I will never understand guys. A hidden recorder was found in a Washington County store. Guess where it was? If you guess anything other than the ladies' room, you'll be wrong. I just do not get it. Why guys are jerks like this. I mean, I admit to being a jerk, but
right.
I would never do it. Well, thanks. Thanks. I know how you feel about me now. Okay.
You're not a jerk. Some men can be jerks.
Yes, they can be. I am a jerk sometimes. But I think everybody's a jerk sometimes. I try to not be a jerk all the time. Anyway.
I heard on Saturday this Mike Trash dude was a real jerk.
That's all. It's all just hearsay.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't. He was a really sweet person.
Oh, okay.
That's just,
Then I heard totally wrong.
yeah, well, people just want to say negative things about him. Anyway, Portland, Oregon. A photo of a man believed to be responsible for hiding a hidden recorder in a clothing store, a clothing fitting room, was released Saturday by the sheriff's office following months-long investigation. The man, described as Asian, is likely in his 40s or 50s with black hair and glasses, reportedly groped a person at Fred Meyer store in where was it? Washington County. In December 13th, 2023, only 13 days before the hidden recorder was spotted in the Washington County store. Over 6 weeks, the device was forensically analyzed. Investigators said they found a series of photos of the suspect, but no other images or videos of potential victims were found. Fred Meyer's victim positively identified the suspect in the photo as the same person believed to have placed the device at an unnamed Washington County store. And investigation is ongoing and active. So if he didn't do it, I'd be surprised.
Right.
But guys are just pervs. I mean, we're just changing clothes. Yeah, but some guys just get off on things like that, and I can't understand.
Right. Yeah.
I thought that was in a bathroom, but it wasn't. It was a fitting. Okay.
Classy Mike passed some chain to help in a match.
What?
LOL. That belt was up for the taking.
What are you reading?
That's what Christine just said.
Oh, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She should know that's hearsay. It's not true. We shouldn't be talking about hearsay. Well, if you were there, you could,
I don't know. I can't say anything. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
See, I'm only going by what I was told, so
Don't
I
believe it.
have to clarify.
Well, I mean, you're hearing it from me.
Okay.
Do you believe that I would pass a chain to somebody?
No. Really? Christine.
I'm not even a chain smoker. Why would I have a chain?
I don't know.
I have no chains. I mean, since the early days when I was working. But I mean, that was back in the old days.
Right.
I'm sure somebody just remembered that.
No clipboard.
No, I have no clipboard. Not even my megaphone.
Wow.
I was doing it right by the middle, but just there's going to be some retribution.
Okay.
But the person that won deserved to win because he won by a pinfall.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about as far as chain. I mean, there were multiple refs, so somebody was.
Classy does as classy does.
This is true, but like I said, there were multiple refs. If it happened, I would have been caught with a chain. I have no time for chain. I just wanted a champion.
Right.
All right. This one's good. Texas man is guilty of making $1.8 million after eavesdropping on his wife's work calls as they worked from home. That's some wife there. That is
really.
You can't do better than. I mean, if I had a wife that I could make $1.8 million off of when she works at home, that's a pretty good wife.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to find me one of them. Find one that'll. Then I don't have to work. Oh, I don't have to work. I forgot about that. I don't really have to work.
There is so much in those pockets.
I have very little in my pockets anymore. I don't carry things in my pockets anymore because it's just when you fall and stuff, it hurts.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so his wife was working at home, and he may have overheard a few things that I think I already posted here. Yep. I wanted to post it to Facebook. Facebook. Post it to Facebook. Come on. There we go. All right, so here's what happened. A Houston man pleaded guilty to insider trading after he made $1.76 million. He listened to his wife's calls about BP planning to buy Travel Centers of America. His wife moved out of their shared home and initiated divorce proceedings.
What?
Well, she didn't need it. She would have gotten in trouble. Insider trading, that's a big deal.
Okay.
A Houston man pleaded, if you, let's say we were married and I got this, and I'm working for BP, and I'm talking about this deal to BP, about this big deal, and you overheard it, and you spent money on BP stock, or Truck Stops of America, or whoever it is, Travel Centers of America. If you bought their stock in anticipation of the stock going up, that's insider trading.
Gotcha.
And that's illegal. Generally, that happens if you were working for BP and you heard about it and you bought BP stock.
Right.
Now, truth be told, when I was working for the place I was working for, one of my clients told me, hey, you should buy our stock today because it's going to go up. And I may or may not have bought that stock, and I may or may not have made double my money in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
May or may not. But that's insider trading.
Right.
And even though I don't work for that company, because I got the tip from somebody who did, I could technically get in trouble for that.
Got you.
If that would have happened. I'm not saying it did or didn't happen, but this guy made $1.8 million. That's a pretty big, the amount of money I would have made would have been
right.
Compared to, but yeah, you can actually make money, but you have to worry about getting caught. And in general, I wouldn't have been caught for that because it was just the two of us talking.
Boy that got brushed off fine. Ha 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 ha.
What?
Christine. That's what she said.
Boy that got brushed. What are we talking about?
I have no idea.
Boy that got not sure what she's talking about, but I think it's okay. Anyway, it says here, Tyler London, 42, admitted to buying thousands of shares of Travel Centers of America ahead of the $1.3 billion acquisition by oil and gas company BP in February 2023. The Securities and Exchange Commission alleged in a separate civil complaint that London, who was married to BP executive, overheard the conversation about the planned takeover. The SEC said the couple had typically worked 20 feet away from each other at home and often overheard each other's conversation. After the announcement, the stock rose 71%, and London sold all he had at a profit. And the SEC said Tyler London, with insider trading, it alleged that he took advantage of his remote working conditions and his wife's trust to profit from information he knew was confidential. After learning BP was scrutinizing who had prior knowledge of the deal, London confessed to his wife that what he'd done. He told her he did it because he didn't want her to work long hours anymore. It added that London's wife, a BP mergers and acquisitions manager, told her bosses about London's revelation and was subsequently fired, despite there was no evidence of wrongdoing on her part. She then moved out of their shared home and initiated divorce proceedings a few months later, ignoring a handwritten note from London in which he apologized for violating her trust. The SEC said that London hadn't denied the allegations and had agreed to a partial judgment subject to court approval. It would prohibit him from taking certain senior company roles and required him to pay a penalty. So actually, he's getting off easy if that's all they're going to do. Because he made $2 million off that one transaction.
Wow.
So, yeah, you got to be careful of that stuff. That stuff is when you're talking about that kind of money, when
Right.
you're talking about the kind of money I made, they don't care about that. When you're talking about somebody that obviously made money, yeah. I mean, that I allegedly did.
Right.
I didn't do it. I mean, if I had done it, he had 46,450 shares of travel center stock, without his wife, without her knowledge, before the deal was announced. I mean, if your wife is involved in that company, you're going to get caught, especially if you end up being really wealthy after that.
Right.
All of a sudden, oh, I got a new car, I got to do, but yeah, and chances are she probably moved out of the house so she could avoid prosecution.
Right.
Because she was in serious, he could have got her in, he could have said, oh, she knew all about it, whether she knew about it or not, and they would have said, oh, okay, and went after her.
Right.
So she did the right thing, because whether or not she knew, we don't know, but I don't know. That's a serious thing, though. Trading, that kind of trading is rough. Okay, this is another one that is not doing what it's supposed to do. Why am I posting is not working? Reload it. You have it. Page isn't available. Well, you were supposed to post it. I'll put this on again. I think the sound is better.
Yeah.
Now try this again. Push it down. All right, let's see here. Oh, that'll work. Okay. You drop the wrestling. You drop the wrestling? What's that mean?
We stopped talking about it.
Oh, yeah. We're not a wrestling show anymore. Okay. You talk again?
Yeah. A minute. I'll time you. I don't know who all noticed, but I got a nice picture handed to me the other day. See if I can find it here. Oh, I know where I have it. Let me. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. This picture. You see when it comes up. Have I done the diamond? I'm actually working on a bell right now. Yes, Anne. I'm working on a bell. I have the beast done at my house. I'm working on the bell to put it up beside that. But I did a gumball machine. And yes, it is an autographed picture. It's a very pretty autographed picture. I got handed to me. I was told to pick one out, and that is the one I picked, and I got it autographed and handed to me personally. So I was very excited to see that I got that. And I said I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put it in a picture frame, and I have a family wall started at my house, and I'm going to put it up on there. Hi. Totally. I was talking about my lovely picture that I got autographed.
Oh, the autograph, yes.
That I got
like-
handed to me specially. Told them that I'm gonna put it up on my family picture wall.
Very cool. You are very special. Yes, you are. Yes, it was. She's a very special girl, and I was just thinking about that when I was walking away. I was thinking about. It is a pleasure having you on this show,
Thank you. It's a pleasure that I can be here.
and I appreciate you more than you can imagine. Because this show is, I can do this show alone,
Right.
but it's not as fun.
Right.
When I talk to myself for 3 hours,
Right.
I'm like, oh, geez, I got to talk to myself. I get bored talking to myself. But it's fun when you have someone to bounce things off of. And,
Right.
and when I'm saying, did you hear about, or,
Right.
when I ask questions and stuff and have an answer, and
Right.
somebody actually answers me.
Exactly.
So she's, it's been a while.
I try not to miss if I don't have to.
I know. And
So.
but the thing is, I'm okay with it because if I have to do a show here and there by myself, that's okay, as long as I have enough time to know that
Right.
you're not going to be here.
Right.
so I
And
can-
that's what I try to tell you as much in advance as
Right.
I can.
Yeah, because I mean, I write the show 2 different ways. I write the show with someone here and without someone here because it's 2 different ways, 2 ways
Right.
of presenting it. And when I have a bunch of dead people,
Right.
the show goes a little differently because I'm talking about, like, with if you weren't here, I would have talked more about them because I have a childhood history with each of those people, even though
Right.
I only knew one of them. I only knew personally. I only met Gene
Right.
or Ole Anderson. So I can only speak from experience of the one. But I thought it was cool when I saw that I had his promo yet. I wish I would have found the other promo and played them both. But I thought that
Right.
would be a cool way to end that.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
segment. And that's why I wanted to do him last.
Right.
But it's much more fun for me when I have someone to bounce things off of, and plus it makes it easier when I have to go grab something or do something, and you can sit here and.
Well, I missed you too, Ann, and plus he tries to cheat on the RIPs. LOL.
No, I have not cheated yet. If I would have cheated, I would have won at least a point by now. Because certainly we've had 2 big days where we've had a lot of people die at once. Well, the first one made sense because it was right after we came back. But this one, all these people, like every time I turned around, like 2 of them died on the
Right.
29th.
Yeah.
So they're only going to get credit for dying once every 4 years. Whereas, Anyway, I like that picture, by the way.
I do too.
I look kind of smaller.
I saw some pictures from that day, and they look like it was a lot of fun.
Where do you see? You didn't get to see. I bought all these new clothes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I talked to you since I bought them, did I?
I don't think so.
I bought. Okay, so I went on a spending spree.
Okay.
So I guess it was last Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't have any band practice because they canceled band practice. So I went out and decided I was going to find some new clothes for this new photo shoot.
Okay.
So I went out and bought a lot of stuff. One of which, I don't think it's on. I don't think I uploaded it. One of which is a three-piece suit,
Oh.
pinstriped,
Oh.
$15, brand new.
Where'd you find that at?
Goodwill. I found all this new stuff, brand new stuff that has not ever been touched by human hands, and I spent $136, and that was half price off. So it was $272 worth of stuff, and it was all very nice, brand new stuff. And now the more exciting part. I had to give up my fat card. I am no longer an extra large. I am now a large.
Nice.
And all these clothes were like, I put on like an extra large and it like wrapped around me.
Oh, wow.
oh no, I can't have this. So I'm going to go to this photo shoot with all this new stuff. And I bought a pair of shoes, 2 pairs of shoes.
Oh, wow.
And I don't usually buy other people's shoes.
Right.
I'm weird about that, but I did like these shoes. And I figure I'm only going to wear it for maybe 15 minutes. So you sent me a
Picture of the shoes.
suit. Yeah, I did. I sent it to her. It's really, really nice. And I had it dry cleaned. I went out to, I got a new dry cleaner.
Oh, you did?
Because the last dry cleaner that I used since I was a younger person, I would drop it off like Thursday and I'd have it back Tuesday.
Oh.
And I didn't want to dry clean with that kind of, but anyway, there's another dry cleaner that's brand new right out down the street here. It's off of, okay, I guess, it's off of, oh, okay. Yeah, I will, here, you can, okay. First off, I'll see if I can do this without, wait a minute, hold on here, I gotta, oh, wrong camera. I'll send it over to you here in a second.
Okay.
But that's the suit. Actually, this is that one I paid $15 for. I just, oh, here you go, another. Figure out how to make it not
glare. Yeah.
But those are some of the things that I actually got all these really nice clothes, and I just couldn't believe I was wearing these just larges rather than extra. And the extra larges were actually too big. And I bought a couple extra larges because I didn't, I liked the shirts enough that I.
It went back to those pictures. I don't know where it went.
Oh. Plus, well, you saw the Ken thing. Oh, we got a dog in there too.
I just didn't want to do too much scrolling. That was all.
So, I mean, I bought all these clothes, these colors that I wouldn't normally buy.
Oh, wow.
I bought a purple shirt, which I would never wear before. I bought patterned shirts that are, you can't really wear too wild of patterns if you're doing photo shoots because they glare with
that suit's nice.
Yeah, I'm real happy with it. It's just this is a lot of stuff that I never would have seen me wearing.
Right.
But I can wear them like a normal person.
Right.
I feel like really weird about that. So I'm going out to this photo shoot wearing all this stuff that you would never have seen me in before. So I even have a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh.
Ooh. So it's fun. It's fun being able to afford or be able to buy things that that you would have never worn before because you just didn't think you would look good at it.
I went to Community Aid and I went shopping there and bought stuff brand new with tags on for really, really cheap.
I was buying at Salvation Army for a while, and the thing is, I decided I wanted to try this Goodwill because I haven't been there since last time I was there. I left there so frustrated because nothing fit.
Right.
And I was so frustrated because they had all these clothes and they weren't in a good enough order. I couldn't find anything that would fit. And I thought I'm going to give them another try because I've been to the Salvation Army one a couple times and I've got some really nice stuff there.
Right.
But I can't seem to buy 38s because every one I go to, 38s are not out. I mean, people are. There's just nothing there. There's apparently more 38s than everything else. So I did end up buying, I think, a pair of 38s, but I bought. They were mostly 40s because I couldn't find any 38s, and 36s I can't get in.
Right.
But I'm really.
That's good.
I'm really anxious about this photo shoot because I'll be wearing all this stuff that I would never wear before. Like I wouldn't see me in a Hawaiian shirt if my life depended on it. But now I got a Hawaiian shirt. It's got pineapples on it. And just kind of weird to see this stuff. But I'm very excited about that. I think there's going to be some interesting pictures out of the whole thing.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Oh, it's going to be fun. I get anxious about traveling, and that I don't like to be away that long.
Right. When do you leave?
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Got to get everything ready to go. And I'll be flying from here to North Carolina.
Okay.
Then I have a little layover there, a 2-hour layover. And that's a big airport, so I'm glad I got a little time because
Yeah.
I don't have to rush it. My knee's been bothering me a lot lately, too, so I'm glad I'm not going to be rushing to
Right.
get there. And then I should make it to L.A. around, I want to say 7 tomorrow night, which is 10 our time.
Mhm.
So I'm anxious, but I'll be okay once I get there.
Right.
But that's a long drive. I mean, a long flight.
Right.
And I'm in first class again. So
Okay.
I'll have food to eat and stuff when I get there, or while I'm going. So that's good. And as long as as long as the windshield doesn't catch fire like the one in Ontario, should be okay. Anyway, a new trick. Car thieves it says new trick local car thieves do right after selling cars, or after stealing cars. Can't speak, but that's okay. So I've been lucky I haven't had anybody trying to steal my car.
Right.
But actually, Teslas, they found early on were kind of easy to steal in the beginning. I don't know that they are now.
I heard, so when we were shopping for auto insurance to try and see if we could get a lower quote from what we had, one of the auto insurances told me that the reason we were having so high insurance or trouble finding something lower than what we were originally quoted from somebody else was because I have a Kia, and that Kia is one of the top stolen cars.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, even though it's a 2003 and it's not like one of those new or nice things, people are stealing Kias. So now insurance are making it they're raising the insurance because of having a Kia.
Okay, I gotta.
Are you looking it up?
No,
Okay.
I found a picture that my caption to this picture. There is life after wrestling, and it's Rob Crook
Yes.
as a what do they call him? Midget or
Leprechaun.
leprechaun? Yeah. So now I know there is life after wrestling. Rob Crook is funny.
He is.
Anyway, all right. So here's the trick. Law enforcement in Ohio, other states, and now Cleveland have noticed a new trend involving car thieves. Shortly after thieves commit grand theft auto, many of them are putting dark tinted film on the windows in the stolen vehicles, either right after or within hours of stealing the car. The extra tint thieves put on the car windows and the windshield so that it's dark and black. And I don't know how the criminals can even see through the stolen vehicle, but and sometimes they crash. So they change the tint of the car for two reasons. First off, they're not looking for a tinted car.
Right.
Second off, you can't see who's driving it. So that's the big deal. A lot of the cars are now doing that. It says here, several cars and SUVs recently stolen in Westlake didn't have tinted windows before they were stolen, but when the vehicles were found, ditched, shortly after they were stolen, the thieves had already put the tinted film on them. So that's a new thing now, so that they, here's a couple, how dark they are. You can't even see through the windows.
Oh, wow.
So, and here's one that was wrecked. He said because more cities like Westlake have license plate readers and surveillance cameras, police can identify the car as stolen. But if the windows are blocked with extra dark tint, it's not possible to see who's in the car. And says here, the tinted windows are so dark you can't see the figure of the person inside. So that's illegal because you can't see them. Just kind of interesting. But yeah, originally people were capturing the signal of the for the Tesla because you use your phone.
Yeah.
So they were capturing that. What the problem is, if you steal a Tesla, it's easy to figure out because it has a GPS.
Right.
It's easy to figure out where the car is and how fast you can, so nobody steals it because you can be caught really quick because of the fact that the location is on.
Actually, here, I found the top 10 most stolen cars in America.
Okay, go ahead. What are they?
10 is the Toyota Camry.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
9 is a Honda Accord.
Yep.
8 is the Honda Civic.
Now, do you see the pattern here?
Mm-hmm.
What is the pattern?
They're smaller cars.
That's one, but the other thing is they're one of the most popular cars where because what they do is when they steal them, they strip them down.
Mm-hmm.
So they get all the parts off of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't pick a really, you would think they would want a Ferrari or something like that, but those cars, they're not going to be easy to chop up and use the parts because you don't have as many people looking for them.
7 is a Hyundai Elantra.
Yep.
6 is a Hyundai Sonata.
Yep.
5 is a Honda CRV.
Yep.
4 is the Kia Optima.
Okay.
3 is the Ford full-size pickup.
Okay.
2 is the GMC full-size pickups.
Okay.
And 1 is the Chevy full-size pickups.
See, all of those are the popular cars, and what they do is when they steal them, they have every intention of stripping them down.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't sell the parts if it's a universally like the Civic and that. Those are really popular cars, and they don't break down.
Right. When I met Antoine, he had a Honda Civic.
They're awesome cars. When I had my first wife, she had a Civic, and we drove that car till we drove it in the grave. And actually, we totaled the car, we didn't total the car. We messed it up really bad. But when we broke up, I said, "Which car do you want? You want this car or do you want the other car?" She goes, "Well, I want the other one because it's already fixed." I said, "Okay." So I fixed up the Civic, and as soon as I fixed up the Civic, she decided she wanted the Civic, so I had to get the other car. So
of course.
I had to get the Pinto. Yep.
Below it now goes by state, which vehicle, the most stolen year, and how many total thefts there was.
Okay.
So
it's probably going to be a Honda.
So for like Pennsylvania was a Honda Accord.
Yep.
Most stolen model years were 2003, 2008. 679 were stolen.
Oh, that's not as many as I would have thought. Okay. Still a lot. But,
right.
Yeah.
In California, the Chevy pickup, the model year 2001, was the most. 15,557. That's the most that I've seen.
Wow. That's crazy. This is a funny story here. So, a deputy, you would think, would do things by the book, right?
Yeah.
Deputy texted his wife about making his first arrest before crashing into the Tennessee River. Hey, honey, guess what? I made my first arrest. Oh! That's really sad. When that kind of thing happens, it's funny as anything, but it's not funny to them because you shouldn't be texting. You shouldn't be texting while you're driving, and I see that all the time. I still see that. When we were coming back, from the wrestling thing, I saw a guy when we were cruising down the road. He was texting, and he was coming over the line, and it's like, at least get autopilot.
Really.
Get autopilot. Let the car drive itself or something, but don't rely on yourself to do that because people cannot do that.
The only thing, so like I have a little thing that holds my phone up. If somebody texts me, I'll tell my phone to read it to me.
Yeah.
And then it says, "Do you want to reply?" Yes. And then I'll speak what I want.
Right.
That's the only way I do it.
See, that's the way it happens too.
If it doesn't come out right, then I say cancel, and I wait till like I'm at a stoplight,
Yeah.
or I pull over to the side of the road and text them. But yeah,
The one thing I do like about my car, one of the many things I like about my car, is that you can do that, and it'll come up on the screen. It'll come up on my big screen.
mm-hmm.
I don't even have to read my phone. And not only will it come up, but it will allow me to play it, so I don't have to even read it, and I can reply without touching. By hitting the record, and just I answer like that.
Right.
And that is such a time saver. I have conversations going back and forth between 6 people sometimes. Well, the one thing I don't like about it is if it's a group text, I only get the text from the person who sent it.
Oh, okay.
I don't get everybody's answer, and I can't reply to all. I only can reply to one person.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the deputy texted his wife about it making her first arrest, all excited and everything.
Norman Hanley says, "Hey, Mike."
Hey, he's my friend with that's going over to Cannes to about one of his films. Is
Okay.
one of the films he worked on or wrote, and he's. I'm so proud of him. He's gone through some really crappy stuff and has come out, strong as ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming out to San Diego tomorrow. So if you're, it's a shame. I don't know how far that is from where you're at, but Thursday and Friday, I'll be around San Diego. So if you're anywhere where we can meet, maybe we can hang out and stuff. But I'm real proud of him. He's gone through a lot of crappy stuff, and it's good to see things are going good for him.
Right.
But anyway, so it says here that the bodies of Deputy Robert John or R.J. Leonard and Tabitha Smith were found in the Tennessee River.
We'll see what happens there. Thanks, Mike. And PHX can't auditions.
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be thinking of you. He's kicking butt. He's doing a Western thing, and I'm real happy for him.
Well, best of luck in your auditions.
Yes. Let's see here. It says here, Leonard had only been with the force for 2 months before the crash. District Attorney Russell Johnson said Leonard sent text messages to his wife about making his first arrest shortly before the crash. It just really sucks, But hey, it happens. A deputy and a woman he had recently arrested were found dead. Wait, what's that? Hold on here. A deputy and a woman he had recently arrested were found dead in the Tennessee River last week. The bodies of Robert John, R.J. Leonard, and Meigs County Sheriff Office Tabitha Smith were found Thursday, one day after the officers' car entered the river. Leonard, who had been working for the force only 2 months, had arrested a woman just minutes prior to the crash. Smith was reportedly arrested after Leonard responded to a disturbance call. Deputy's car was located upside down in the Tennessee River. Oh man, that's really embarrassing. Wow. Yeah. Says here, Leonard was taking the woman to the Meigs County Jail 12 minutes before an inappropriate radio transmission was received from his radio, during which he had said the word water. The part of the Tennessee is very isolated and rural, making it difficult at times for cell phone reception and transmission. Leonard had appeared to be texting his wife. So he died? Is that what it's saying? What, I think that's what it's saying. Yeah. The bodies of Deputy Robert John, R.J. Leonard, and Tabitha Smith were found in the... Wow, they both... So he not only wrecked his car, but he killed the passenger.
Oh, my goodness.
Who was apparently... Oh, wow. This is a tragic, really tragic...
Yeah, really.
Thing. I thought it was just funny because a cop got in trouble for texting while driving. Little did I know that I didn't read the story all the way through. Okay, well that's really a bummer. Didn't mean to. Don't want to end the show on a story like that. Here's something that's interesting. A Gucci store raided by armed crooks. They took $51,000 in bags, sunglasses, and stuff like that. Could you imagine, like, being, like, you're working your day job, and these guys all come in? Of all places, I would have never imagined a Gucci store.
Knock on wood, I have not encountered, like, a robber come into anywhere I was working. But I guarantee you I do. I'm going to be freaking out.
I bet you will. Well, my sister had a problem like that where she worked at one point, and I don't even know how I would react. I mean, you never know how you're going to react until something.
I mean, all they do is tell you to do what they say,
Right.
And yes, I would do that. I would do what I could, and of course, they say open the drawer, and I'd have to. It's like, okay, I gotta get a manager, but I mean,
Well, that's what happened last week. You were here last week, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Where they got the guy that worked at Starbucks lost his job, even though he was considered a hero. He lost his job because he stood up against them, and he found out the gun wasn't real, and decided to beat the living daylights out of him. So, well, he didn't.
But I mean,
it just really doesn't make sense to me that you punish a guy that was brave enough to stand up to him. It says here a trio of crooks burst into a Manhattan Gucci shop and ripped off $51,000 worth of bags and sunglasses before fleeing to New Jersey. Surveillance video released by NYPD showed the crooks, a woman and two men, in action during the robbery. The woman had to tell the guys what was worth money, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I'd be terrified. I'm glad I don't have to work anymore.
Well, no, a couple of weeks, or I don't know how long ago it was, the Rite Aid that we get our medicine at, there was a robbery there.
Crazy. I don't think we talked about this, but this was actually a skit on Saturday Night Live. After this was announced, the Alabama Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos are considered children under their state law.
What?
And a ruling says that some reproductive rights advocates say that it could have implications in other states for some fertility treatment. So that means that if I freeze my embryos and say you decide you want to use them, and that would be if you say did something and she fell down the steps, or I don't know, whatever it is, but frozen embryos, if the woman can't carry that frozen embryo, that's considered killing. I'm serious. That when I heard that, I was like, what in the world is this world coming to? And it just doesn't make sense to me. This world just it's going off the deep end. There it is. Frozen embryos are considered children under the state law, ruling that some reproductive rights advocates say that implications in other states and other fertility treatments. So if I had, let's say you wanted to have a kid and you had frozen embryos and it was put in you, and it didn't work, that would be like killing the child. I don't know. I can't understand why these people especially in the South, because that's what happened with freaking Texas, where they said that they won't allow abortions anymore.
So it was February 13th when that robbery happened at the Union Deposit.
Okay.
They couldn't, as far as I know, they couldn't identify the person. I have the picture up here, but he's got like a mask over his face. And
Right.
You can't. His hood's up and you can't.
Jeez. I don't know what's going on with our country, though, that we're getting into these weird gray areas, and they think they have the right to tell people what's right and what's wrong, and
Right.
things that they have no. 19 arrested in a pop-up marijuana drug shop.
Mm.
This is just too weird of stuff. So these guys, they were selling medical marijuana, but not legally. So I think I'm correct about that. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. That was from 2 weeks ago that I forgot that I had. Okay. Here it is. Seminole County Sheriff's Office arrested 19 people on Saturday after reports that a pop-up business in Winter Park was selling illegal marijuana and psychedelic mushrooms. 19 arrested for this. Whew. It's just... I just wonder how they even thought they were going to get away with it, because
Right.
That would be bizarre. All right. I guess we can stop there. Yeah, that would be a good place to stop. All right. Come on, hurry up. There we go. Post. All right. Come on. All right. All right. Well, that was a fun show, and that
Yeah.
went, even though we started out really rough, but we'll be back next week, hopefully, as long as I get back on time and actually wake up. And that'll be one of my classic no sleep till Brooklyn show. Actually, no sleep from San Diego. And it'll be interesting. I'm sure I'm going to have lots of stories to tell. And who knows, we may even have a video or two if I get done with what I want to do.
Yeah, who knows?
Because I'm going to probably do a video for the wrestling show too.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be on another one in May, I think it is.
Okay.
So
Hopefully, maybe I can go to that one.
that would be cool. That'd be all right. So we'll have to get clearance.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, not that I know of.
All right. Not that you know of? All right. Time to rock and roll, as the kids are saying. And all right.